14 days since Richard was murdered on the Fort Bliss footprint right there on the border of Mexico. I call Fort Bliss the home of Fort El Paso, the home of Fort Bliss, the Siamese twin sister of Juarez, Mexico, because there's only a fence dividing them. They're really one city. And so it's right there where trafficking is prime. You know, it's just prime real estate for trafficking, with all the different border crossings there. And, you know, the money that's involved in trafficking, be it narcotics trafficking, be it uh, human trafficking, child sex trafficking, and with the military there, it's just prime real estate for weapons trafficking, munitions trafficking, equipment trafficking, like bulletproof vests. They're, worth a lot of money. If you have a development inside of Fort Bliss that becomes, a group that becomes corrupt, and they place just in the right places certain people to do your bidding, or let's say you get someone higher in our society to want to make money doing this, and they place people in certain positions, and they can just rob the American taxpayers blind by, saying, oh, it's all for our defense, spend money on making weapons and equipment and everything that the military needs, ammunitions, all the ammunition, and then just put them in those tactical move storage units, go right over, through the border, and put the tactical move storage units there and just sell the weapons right out of there. I put up pictures of areas in kilometer 29 that had tactical move storage units there. And, it's like you have to shout it and shout it and shout it for years before someone is paying attention. But in our case, we're very fortunate. We have institutional support, and that's why you saw my announcement yesterday where, they're taking down the fake sites, but, of course they, regroup and put it up again, only to be taken down again. We've been working on that for a long time. And these people are just those that are involved in the murder, the cover up, the trafficking, what Richard was reporting. Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. And you can say, oh, what do you mean? Do you have hard proof? We have so much evidence that there's no doubt in my mind. It's beyond a reasonable doubt that that this group that keeps wanting to do a false narrative and everything, bully and that, and provides no really good evidence. And what I want to talk about today is Dallas Hart. Dallas Hart being Richard's platoon leader. They can't provide anything, right? They can't provide Richard's platoon leader. They can't provide anything proving Dallas Hart is not the platoon leader, except for tampered paperwork that makes him even more of a criminal, right? When they help him tamper with evidence. So, I see that I'm on, so that's great news. And, we have collected over these 4 years numerous pieces of evidence, because for the longest time, we didn't really say out loud that Dallas Hart was Richard's platoon leader. And then as time went by, more and more evidence was found, more people came forward, more witness testimony, more, right. So you have hard evidence, irregularities, and circumstantial evidence. And so we're at the point now where we say it regularly that Dallas Wayne Hart was Richard's platoon leader in July of 2020, and that he is a prime suspect in our son's murder. So this is really important for people to understand that we have, the social media is really important in this because, when you make platoon leader, they always congratulate you and everything like that. And when you're, Delta Battery 143, you pose in front of those signs and that. Also, then there's witness testimonies that sees, that says, yeah, that's who the Delta Battery 143 platoon leader is. And so that is really important to know that we have multiple witnesses, right? Multiple witnesses, multiple pieces of evidence for us saying that Dallas Wayne Hart was Richard's platoon leader. And that makes it very interesting when it comes to Leilani Hart and why she used her sexual relationship with a CID married, so this is illegal, married to another individual, CID agent Tavita Nusa, to get unauthorized access to files so she can manipulate files. And she absolutely tampered with Richard's files. And so it's like, why? Okay, but that's another piece of evidence that shows that Dallas Wayne Hart, was Richard's platoon leader, because Leilani Hart, along with her sexual partner, was targeting Richard Halliday's case, right? Targeting Richard Halliday's case. So that is very, very strong evidence right then and there. Without all of the multiple witness testimonies that we have, and congratulations when you make platoon leader, it's very can you imagine how we feel? We are being put in like a false imprisonment, right? With them not answering, not providing the very easy answers about Richard's platoon leader. And so I hope everyone gets out and asks open records for the platoon leader of Delta Battery 143 in 2020. It's worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money, that answer. So today is Sunday, and it's been absolutely a wonderful day, getting away a little bit. Absolutely wonderful day, and we are working so hard behind the scenes. We didn't stop today. We, got together several more letters to send out, but it was really good to get outside to enjoy this Sunday. And the beautiful thing about Christianity is that it is about the internals. It is about keeping your internals, your spirit, your mental health healthy. That's, and you do that through faith. And it's not a religion of coercion. It's not a religion of externals, even though you externally show what's going on internally. So the externals become very, very prominent, very very beautiful in architecture and paintings and inventions and lots of inventions, lots. Um, and, of course, being Anglican, lots of with vestments and the church buildings and all the beautiful colors and the music is so beautiful. So when your internal is healthy, and you're meeting your spiritual needs, and your mental health is healthy, then of course it shows through the external. And I was just listening to a person that loves architecture and talking about these beautiful external buildings. How did they come to be? Um, you would really have to have uh, a beautiful internal spirit to create these these masterpieces. So, and I think that with Richard's case, you have to, well, at least I feel, and Rob feels the same way, that we have to absolutely be strong internally, right? Something that nobody can take away from you. They can take away the external, the houses, the cars, the money, uh, whatever. They can take whatever away. Um, a son, they can murder a son, right? Um, and, they can do that. But they can never take your internal away, your faith, um, your wherewithal, because the faith gives you a wherewithal. And, so this is this is why we have gotten the notice of death, um, because of our wherewithal to stick with it, to try to find the truth. Um, we've been misled so many times, y'all. So we're just, because there's so many evil people trying to manipulate the narrative. Um, but I can tell you this: Richard was a whistleblower. Richard was whistleblowing trafficking. Um, and he was absolutely murdered in July of 2020 on the Fort Bliss footprint, as a retaliation. And also now with this new information going on with Danae Katzen and her husband Jonathan Abrees, um, there is really a huge attempt um, to stop the damage that that arrest had, because that's only the tip of the iceberg part of the story, right? The bigger part of the story is how she's connected to the district attorney's office through Luis, I hope I'm saying his name right, Luis Rene Diaz, um, and Felix Valenzuela, the defense attorney for one of the defense attorneys for Patrick Crucius. This is the big news, and that Leilani Hart is connected to that big news. And Dallas Hart is Richard's platoon leader of Delta Battery 143. I mean, there's no other way. Think about it. The Army would absolutely come out and answer all questions, if he wasn't, right? But he is, and they know he is. And that's why there is like this stall. But they gave it to us anyway. See, they gave it to us anyway who the platoon leader is, and it's beyond a reasonable doubt that it's Richard Hart. That it is Dallas Hart. So with that, and with all the evidence that we have, and I should play that one time, we have absolute witness testimony that Dallas Wayne Hart, is Richard's platoon leader. So there should be no doubt about that. Even with this hot summer approaching, there no doubt that Dallas Hart is Richard's platoon leader. So thank you so much. God bless you, and I will be back tomorrow, God willing. Bye-bye.